Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto. My name is Nick and today guys we're going to be jumping down into the world of XRP, taking a look at the price action, what's been going on most recently, what we think is going to happen next and all that great stuff. As I get into this video, if you found it useful and informative, hit the like button, I do appreciate that. If you happen to be new to the channel, why not go ahead and subscribe, tap the bell, select all the notifications, and in doing so you will be kept up to date with everything that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. Now if you have not yet joined us in Discord, the link is in the description down below. It's a fantastic community talking crypto 24/7, it's completely free and I don't think you'll be disappointed by what you find down there. Now, if you are looking for a little bit more from the crypto space, check out the Patreon services in the description down below as well. We offer a lot more for our Patreon members via the Discord server. So if any of that is of interest to you, why not go ahead and check it out? Okay, let's jump into XRP though. XRP paired up with USDT. This is actually the 4 hourly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this down into the 1 hour chart, and Binance is our data source here. Okay, what we want to talk about is just kind of following on from what we've been kind of discussing for a little while now, which is basically a ending diagonal structure here to kind of finish off our structure for XRP. Okay, so ending diagonals are 5-wave structures that comprise of 3 waves rather than 5 waves. So your standard technical 5-wave structure, most commonly the one that you're going to find gets spoken about all the time, is an impulsive structure. Now an impulsive 5-wave structure comprises of 5 waves up, 3 waves down. Okay, and it repeats itself a couple of times, right? So you have 5 up, 3 down, for example, here. You then move on over, you have 5 more up coming here, for example. Then you go down into 3 more down, and then finally you finish it off with 5 waves going up, right? So that's your kind of standard kind of 5-wave impulsive trend within the kind of Elliott wave community, right? Basically, if you see 5 waves, it's a trend, right? And this can happen at micro levels or macro levels. They kind of never on their own, as you can kind of see. You've got 5 waves here, 3 waves down, 5 waves up, 3 waves down, 5 waves. So if you see 5 waves, it's usually going to be accompanied by more 5-wave structures, okay? Now, ending diagonals, on the other hand, have a slightly different pattern. They go up with the 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, right? And the rules behind these are slightly different. So for impulsive structures, let's go ahead and just bring up another kind of 5-wave structure like this. So impulsive structure, the wave 4 is not allowed to cross wave 1. That's not allowed, right? But in an ending diagonal, it's one of the requirements is actually that it does cross. At least most typically it does. It's not a requirement that it has to, but for the most part, it usually does cross the wave 1 scenario. And inside, rather than any 5-wave structures, all you have are 3-wave structures. Okay, these are actually tend to be hard to spot because of the kind of the way that they appear, right? It just looks like they're just correcting around quite a bit, and that's kind of what's been catching a lot of people out when it comes to XRP, because XRP, I believe, is doing one like this. Okay, now this particular structure can only appear in a wave 5 position. You can also get leading diagonals, which only appear in wave 1s. Okay, so knowing that we're in a 5th wave out of our kind of more kind of impulsive structure here, it helps us understand that this ending diagonal structure is one of the possibilities of what could be going on. Now with this, we don't have clear-cut targets for the wave 5. It's not as clean as an impulsive 5-wave structure, but it puts us into a pretty decent position to kind of watch out or watch what happens next. Okay, so for the most part, we've kind of completed 1, 2, 3. It looks like we are completing or completed 4. Okay, we can see here that we have this drop right inside here. Okay, we pull this down and you can see that we're just coming down past the 1.236, heading to the 1.382. Okay, as long as we avoid going down to 47.25 cent. Okay, and I'll just quickly mark that right here. As long as we can avoid going as low as that, then we can avoid a invalidation of this structure. Okay, so we'll keep a close eye on that. Now, it doesn't actually, when I say invalidation, it doesn't have to be an invalidation because it still could zigzag down, but it can't really cross the low points of wave 2. That would be very, very strange. It shouldn't happen. Okay, although I don't really believe that's an actual rule, so wave 4 could potentially retrace more than wave 3, but you wouldn't expect that. For the most part, the basic rules are wave 3 can't be the smallest, and wave 2 can't retrace more than wave 1. So that's basically it. There's very little rules but to it, and basically you're just looking for 3-wave structures. So considering where we are either completing this this 4th wave right now, and then we're going to potentially be looking at a move upwards, or our wave 4 is going to come down in 5 waves, up in 3, down in 5 waves, stay above this low point, and then we have a 5th wave afterwards, okay? So just keep that in mind. There's a couple of scenarios that can play out here, but there's actually not many of them going across there. So let's go ahead and talk about where we sit right now, because we've got the obvious area of previous resistance turn support. Let's go ahead and mark this up right here. Okay, I'm going to pull this down to approximately here, but we could go deeper. We could come to this point here if we want. We can also just expand this up to about here. So let me show you what this is, right? So obviously we had this previous area of resistance that we turned into support, we broke up, we turned it support, we bounced, we pushed back down, we turned this area of previous resistance and previous support into another support level. So this is going to potentially hopefully hold for us and allow us to move to the upside, okay? Now, if I bring the stochastic RSI up, you can see that on this 1 hour chart, we're oversold. You can see from the cheeky RSI indicator or SRSI indicator that we created for our Patreon members, you can see that it's oversold on the 1 hour, oversold on the 4 hour, oversold on the 8 hour, oversold on the monthly. It's overbought on the weekly, so we know there's a big macro crash coming, but we also are not quite where we want to be on the daily. Let's go ahead and check that daily. So with daily, it's actually got progression to the upside. I think that's probably what's going to happen there. But for the most part, everything else is looking like it's ready to have some kind of shift in momentum to the upside. So we're expecting 3 waves up, in my opinion. For any Patreon members that are out there or looking to join this indicator, just mention me and I can send you the link. This is not an indicator that you can search in your indicators via TradingView. This is one that you have to be invited into using. So it's available only for our Patreon members. Link in the description below, or come and join us over in the Discord server and I can get you the link to it. So yeah, the next move I think for XRP, up. Okay, and I haven't got a clean target for it, but my expectations would be that it goes up higher than 54.90. That would put us into a pretty reasonable spot, would be my expectations on it. And basically, yeah, we can ride that one out. Now, obviously, we would expect it to be 3 waves, so we'd go up, we'll probably find some kind of resistance somewhere, we'll pull back, find something into support, and then we'll come up again, okay? So yeah, we'll be looking for at least 54.90. That should be a pretty good area to kind of aim for, but we'll see how that structure forms and what that might lead us down into afterwards. But for the most part, once this structure is done, pull this back down, you can kind of see that will complete this 5th wave move. This would then complete a 335 structure, and the next big move will be to the downside, and I don't really have any targets for it because we kind of finished all of the structures here at this point. My expectations were always to come down between 23 and 26 cent on a bigger macro piece. I think we've got the weekly momentum for that, so that would be kind of what my expectations are. A big collapse across the board. It isn't just XRP, it's going to be most cryptos. Coming down into their kind of final descents, I think. And then I think from there, we are either completing the bear market or we are going into a significantly lower price ranges for everything as the bear market continues. One of the things that we have got at that point is structure, right? So we can see things like Ethereum has a theoretical bottom at around $500 to $700. Bitcoin, for example, I'm thinking 15, maybe 16K, but there's no real structure at the moment to indicate where that kind of goes outside of that. So really we're looking at big swings in the market starting to emerge. Maybe we're starting to find that bottom. We are waiting to see though if we've got some on-chain data that is going to support a bigger move to the upside. So do join us on Twitch, where we will be going through Bitcoin and Ethereum live today at 10 a.m. UK time, so an hour after this video has gone out. We could talk about all the on-chain stuff and all the various different things going on there. So if that's of interest, do join us on Twitch and stay up to date with kind of the bigger moves, what the kind of the billionaires and the millionaires are doing in the space as well. Guys, I'm going to leave this video right there. If you found it useful and informative, hit the like button. I do appreciate that. If you happen to be new to the channel, why not go ahead and subscribe, tap the bell, select all the notifications, and in doing so, you will be kept up to date with absolutely everything that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. With all that said, done and out of the way, I hope everyone has a fantastic day, and I'll catch you all in the next one.